Motivation Monday, Motivation Monday, Motivation Monday, it's motivation time.
What's up, everybody? It is Motivation Monday. It's Steve Witchell, your pal, founder of Cover Band Central. It is Monday, May 17th. I had to look at the calendar. I don't remember dates, numbers this early. It is noon Central Time. This is when we do this every Monday through Friday. I come in here and do a little live thing with a theme every weekday, 1 o'clock Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific. Tomorrow, actually, just to let you know, I'll be doing it a little bit later because I have my last physical therapy appointment tomorrow at 11 a.m., which means it goes to noon, and then I won't be home until like 12:30. So I'll probably do it around 1-ish Central Time tomorrow. Just a little heads up for those of you who love to catch this live. If you're in here live right now and you want to say hello, make sure you click the link in the description that lets StreamYard show your name so I know who you are and I can show you on the screen and I can respond to you by name. All right, so Motivation Monday today, this came to me as I was in that sweet, juicy place of between sleep and awakeness this morning. I generally don't plan too far ahead of what I'm going to talk about. I like to keep it very organic. And this just kind of came to me this morning about the importance of asking for things. And the reason I want to talk about this is because it's an issue right now with a lot of us getting back to work, a lot of people, a lot of bands getting hired again, getting more gigs. And since a lot of us were off for a year or more, it's a good time, and I've said this before already, but I think it's an excellent time, an opportunity to ask for more money, especially for bands that are playing in certain areas and you've always kind of played that in that area and you're playing certain clubs that you've always played at or bars or any sort of locations where you played. And I realized that businesses were hurting too, but businesses got a lot of help during this pandemic. They got the SBA loans, and if they're still functioning, then they should be okay. But for bands to show our worth now is vital. To come back and say, hey, look, your business is really, really improved when you have live music. And more specifically, when you have my band in here, we bring X amount of people in here and they spend X amount of dollars and we deserve X amount of money. So if you've been getting the $100 a man thing forever, now's the time to go in and ask for more money. It is not going to hurt anything to ask. And this is what kind of stops a lot of people. The fear of asking, the fear of being told no. Or worse, perhaps the fear of somebody saying, well, we're just going to go with somebody else then. Most likely, bands or clubs or managers or whatever are not going to do that when you just ask. If you're rude about it, if you're demanding, if you don't go about it the right way, then possibly somebody will react that way. But if you just go in and ask and say, hey, look, my band, over the quarantine, we learned a whole bunch of new songs. We upped our social media presence. We have this many more followers. Whatever it is you can do to sell yourself at that point, asking is not going to hurt anything. And aim high. Aim high. Don't be afraid to aim high. The worst that can happen, most likely, is they're going to say no. But say you're making $100 a man and you want to go in and say, all right, we want to make $150 a man. Ask for it. They might counter and say, okay, we can't do 150 a man, but we can do $125 a man. There you go. That's a win. You win from 100 a man to 125 a man, just like that, just for asking. It's not going to hurt anything. Don't be scared to do that. Recognize your fear. and recognize why it's there and what exactly you're afraid of. And then think about how realistic it is. And my light keeps blinking on and off over there. I don't know why. I should ask it. Why are you doing that light? But that, I mean, there's other times in in a music career playing where asking is very helpful. And I'll give you a couple examples. When I was first starting out playing in cover bands, I had played in original bands mostly. I was going to clubs just to hang out, go to watch cover bands, and and we're talking late 90s, 97, 98, around then. And there were a couple bands that were playing the circuit and they were doing very well playing covers. And there were a couple of people that I knew either well or kind of well in some of these bands, and I would go see them play, and the rooms were packed. They were killing it. These bands were playing 5 nights a week, playing covers. And that's really the first bug that came to me, where I was like, oh man, I really want to do that. So I would get to know people in the band, and then I would ask to get up on stage and play. Can I get up and play a song? Without them really even knowing me or knowing who I was. And sometimes I was told, no, sorry, we can't do that. But sometimes I was told yes. And I would never let no's deter me. If I would take 100 no's to get one yes, that was my determination, because I really wanted to do it. So that the fact that I asked is what got me there. And it opened doors. It ended up opening a lot of doors just by getting up and playing one song with a band at the end of the night, because I would get up and I would play it well. And then I over time, people would get used to me, and I started to prove myself in that industry, in that little big pond in North Jersey. Yes, I'll put Catherine's comment up here. She said she doesn't play in a band, but the principles of asking for your worth can apply to every form of job. Yes, every form of job, and in many aspects in life, really. But I'll give you another example too. I used to work at Guitar Center back in the early mid 2000s, and I didn't work there for long, and I hated that job, by the way. It was horrible. The only good thing about that job was being around all the gear all day and being able to try all that gear. But as far as a job making money, I worked during the holidays, so that helped, because there were just, you work on commission when you work at Guitar Center, and a lot of people during the holidays would come in and just buy stuff as gifts, and you wouldn't even have to really sell it, so you would make your commission on that. But we had the ability, and I believe this is still the case at Guitar Center, to, as salespeople, we had the ability to knock off some money on something that somebody wanted to buy. We wouldn't offer that. If somebody was interested in a guitar, I'm not going to say, hey, you know what, I can knock $50 off for you. Usually, unless I was really trying to make that sale, and I that was the thing that would tip it, then maybe I would do that. But people who were in the know would ask, what can you take off for this? What can you do for me here? And that's people who know about shopping for gear at Guitar Center. They would always ask, because they knew, they could save some money just by asking. So if you didn't know that, by the way, about Guitar Center, and that's somewhere where you shop and you buy some gear, next time you go in there and you're looking to buy something, especially if it's a big purchase, make sure you ask for a discount. Ask. It is not going to hurt you at all. They're not going to say, well, I can't sell you this guitar now because you asked. Not going to happen. Ask. And if you need to pull up some data, like here it is on Amazon for this price or whatever, do that. But you don't want to be an asshole about it. You just want to ask. Ask in life. Ask for things that you want. Don't be afraid to ask for things. Whatever the fear voice is in you that's coming up that's preventing you from asking is most likely lying to you. Its fear is generally a lie, unless it's for self-preservation or life preservation. Anything that you're afraid of is generally a lie. So ask for things in life, in your music career. Ask for more money, ask for more opportunities, ask for assistance, ask for guidance, advice. Ask. If that's not a good motivator, I don't know what is. Not a lot of comments today, but a lot of people watching. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. That's where all these videos are being archived. Our channel is Cover Band Central on YouTube. Check it out. We're also on right now on Facebook, in the group and on the page. And that's where we do this Monday through Friday. Again, like I said, tomorrow, Tribute Tuesday, I'm going to be a little bit later because of my final physical therapy appointment for my busted up arm. And but after that, physical therapy is done, so I will be rock solid every day, Monday through Friday at the same time, which is noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. So until then, until tomorrow, ask away for things that you want. Be good to each other. Be good to yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow.
Motivation Monday. Motivation Monday. Motivation Monday. It's motivation time.